With the market being dominated by crossovers, it's refreshing to find a performance sedan to test. Now this is the third generation Audi RS3. This time around, nicer interior, more power and a clear emphasis on handling. One of the keys to any RS model is the engine. While the patented inline turbo 5 in its distinct sound is the same as the unit used before, it has been tweaked. It now twists out 401 horsepower and 369 pound-feet of torque, anywhere between 2250 and 5600 RPM, so it now pulls harder through that all-important mid-range. The engine drives a 7-speed dual-clutch transmission with normal sport and manual modes and Audi's Quattro all-wheel drive system. In this case, the power split is based on the drive mode selected. In efficiency, it's a front driver until more traction is needed. The more dynamic modes balance the power delivery evenly front to back. The combo is very fast, with the run to 100k coming in at 3.8 seconds, and it has a top speed of 290 kilometers an hour when the RS Dynamic package and ceramic brakes are aboard. When you're pushing the RS3 hard, the torque splitter increases the drive sent to the outside rear wheel, and as it's constantly assessing things, the power is delivered to the correct wheel in a timely fashion. This significantly reduces understeer. The system is also so proficient, it's also used as the first level of stability control. Now the twist to the torque splitter is something called the RS Torque Rear. Now this mode can send almost 1,300 pound-feet of torque to one rear wheel when you factor in the gearing. The end result? This thing is a mean drift machine. The other drive modes cover the bases. Efficiency is for those times when the gas warning light comes on, and while comfort is well suited to the city, auto is the better choice. It picks the most appropriate mode based on driver input. Dynamic mode is for the fun times. The Plus is the variable exhaust system produces its most mellifluous tones here. The bark and burble at full chat is wonderful, and just for good measure, there's also a launch control mode. This sees the RS3 rocket off the line. The test cars were all equipped with the optional RS Sport Suspension Plus. It adds adaptive dampers that continually change the damping according to driver input and the drive mode selected. It is comfortable in comfort and overtly sporty in sport. For the most part, it was in dynamic during the test as it banishes body roll, sharpens the steering response and puts the torque splitter to the very best use. The plus in all of this is the RS Performance mode. It works to quell both understeer and oversteer, which brings a beautifully neutral drive. It also lets the driver brake later heading into a corner, and it was much faster when the gas was nailed at the apex. To say this RS3 is nimble is a massive understatement. To begin with, it's as though the car and driver become one. The communication, the feedback and the reaction to input is superb. It really does come together very nicely that when you push, well, it's a true test of your nerve. The bolder exterior style flows neatly into the cabin. It's nicely crafted and now puts a much stronger emphasis on in-car technology. Ahead of the driver is Audi's 12.3-inch Virtual Cockpit Plus. It is fully reconfigurable and can show everything from navigation to G-forces, tachometer and digital speed readout, along with the horsepower and torque percentages. To the right sits a 10.1-inch touchscreen. It looks after all the usual infotainment functions like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto and navigation, plus it gives the driver one-touch access to all of the driving modes, including that hairy drift mode. The racing-themed layout is supported by two boldly bolstered RS front bucket seats and a 3-spoke flat-bottom steering wheel that includes a stripe at the 12 o'clock position. This is an old racer's trick that gives the driver a visual reference to the steering wheel position. After a thoroughly entertaining test drive, Audi dropped a bombshell. it will not be bringing the 2022 RS3 to Canada because of regulatory issues. Now, red tape is a royal pain at the very best of times. In this particular instance, it deprives Canadians of a seriously good car. You can only shake your head.
So here's the question, where were you 32 years ago? I know some of you weren't even a glint in your father's eye. As for me, well, I was in diapers, but found time to get Motoring TV off the ground. And today I like to think we've got one of the best automotive video libraries in the world. If you agree, please give us the thumbs up and also subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.